All right, we're going to get started. And welcome to the Mayor's Forum. This is the third of four scheduled meetings. We are delighted that you chose to join us from your busy schedule. We have four of these forums every year. Started that when I became mayor some 11 years ago. And it's the purpose is to be accountable to the residents so that you could ask me questions. I could bring our staff together to apprise the community of situations of interest or things to look out for, and so that you could just ask the mayor, have a Q&A. And I usually have a raffle. First Lady should be here a little later on, and we usually have a raffle. Always feed my people. Right? We have refreshments, and all of that's courtesy of myself and my wife. And it's a way of giving back to the residents for your avid support and being great residents and citizens of Yeadon. With that being said, Councilor Road Clouds, you could sit up front if you could come. You don't have to. You like to be with your people. All right. All right, that's cool too. All right, so today is 9/11, and didn't plan it this way, but being that it is a somber reflection on, believe it or not, it was 23 years ago that we suffered that blow. So we're going to stand, have a moment of silence, do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we have Bishop Graves here. We're going to ask if she could pray for us. Sounds good? Let us stand for a moment of silence. Let us pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You can remain standing, thank you, if you can. We just want to honor the tradition of just thanking God for this day, if you don't mind, and my tradition. Let us bow. Lord, we thank you for these thy people. From generations to generations, thou art God. O Lord, our God, how excellent is thy name. On this day of remembrance, we remember families and loved ones and our communities that have fallen. Lord, continue to heal the broken. Continue, O God, to be their God, and we your people. Lord, we thank you for this day as guests. We want you to bless them, give them the wisdom and the knowledge to operate. We thank you for Yeadon Borough and all the members, all the churches, and all the parts that keep us going, keep us safe. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Graves. You may be seated. And today we are going to schedule of particular interest. We're going to introduce a new borough manager, Rafi Cave, a little later, and our new co-director, Kyle Womack, and have them greet the residents, and you can ask them questions, and they could espouse their vision for their new positions. Okay, with that being said, we're just going to go right into, and then we'll have the Q&A raffle a little later, and also we're going to ask the police to give us an update on our crime or any things of interest. And we do have our Director of Public Works Mike Pizzullo, if he'd like to say something. We do have, thank the three counselors that are here, three elected official, Vice President Roe Cloud, Jesse Peets, and Tony Trueheart. So thanks for attending. Of course, again, we thank you all for attending as well. With that being said, I'm going to call on Chief Gianmarco, if he'll update us on any crime activity and what he'd like to give us an overview to share.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and elected officials. Good evening, all. I'm just going to go over the violent crime report for the last couple of years, just to update everyone. So far in 2024, thankfully, we had 0 homicides. 23, there was 0 homicides. In 2022, there was 4. In 2021, there was 1. And 2020, there was 2. With the rapes, thankfully, this year, there was 0. 23, we had 1. 22, there was 0, and 21, there was 1, and 2020, there was 0. The robberies this year were down. We currently have 9. Last year, we had 18. 2022, there was 13. In 21, there was 15. In 2020, there was 16. The aggravated assaults this year, we have 16 for the year. Last year, there was 42. 2022, there was 55. 21, there was 49, and 2020, there was 64. These are the FBI crime stats. This is considered UCR, Uniform Crime Reporting, and these are the violent crimes. But what I did, too, is I added something that's not usually with the UCRs for the violent crimes, motor vehicle theft, because as you remember, last year, we got destroyed. You know, everywhere in the country got destroyed, thanks to TikTok, with the TikTok generation showing how you can really get into Kias and the Hyundais. So this year we're at 39. Last year we had a whopping 92 motor vehicle thefts. That was an unbelievable number. 2022 there was 35. In 21 there was 25. In 2020 there was 52. And last year we did get the clubs from Hyundai and Kia, and we were giving out the immobilization locks. And just another update with the accreditation. I spoke about accreditation when I first took over the helm in 2023. It was something that we were looking to do. We finally got funding for it, a grant, and I'm proud to say as of today, we're 80% complete with our policies. So what we have now, literally 9 remaining policies. We currently have 35 policies, and the way this works is we have to rewrite all of our policies. Once we're done rewriting all the policies, they were sent to the FOP to make sure that, you know, we're not violating contracts. Then we're going to send them to the mayor, and then we're going to send them to Councilor Peets, and then eventually they'll get sent out. Once the policies are done, everything is good, they will be posted on our website. So if you want to see a policy, with the exception of some policies that cannot be disclosed for obvious reasons, but you know, there's some, no department will, you know, put out their pursuit policy. That's just a given because they don't want people to know how to avoid a pursuit. So, but everything else will be out on the website once they are approved. We're hoping they're done by October. Then what happens is once the policies are done, then we have to show proof to the accreditation committee. They actually come out and they will do an on-site accreditation. God willing, we get this done by hopefully next year or early next year. We'll be the only second department in Sector 4 to be accredited. Lansdowne just got accredited. Right now, I was talking to Jack Stolzheimer today. They're trying to get a CID, the county detectives accredited. So we're kind of in a race with them to see who can beat each other. But that's on the accreditation front. And just some important dates to try to keep in mind. October 5th, bingo will be here at 6 p.m. It was a great time last year. If you need tickets, go to the library and get them. Faith in Blue is going to be Sunday, October 13th. We will be sending out information on that. And the second annual Trunk or Treat event, October 26th at Rapp Curry Field. it's a great event. Last year, we had an unbelievable turnout for the first annual Trunk or Treat event, and we're hoping we added 20 spots. We're already getting them filled up. So the information's on a website. I would suggest you come out. It's a great event. And with that, Mr. Mayor. Oh, and I'm sorry. Not only is 9/11 today, and I can't believe I forgot this. Last night, a Philadelphia police officer succumbed to his injuries. Jamie Roman was shot. He was an officer in the 25th District. That was my alma mater. He was shot in June, and he was on life support since June, and unfortunately last night he passed away. So just keep his family in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, the only thing to add to that, you probably saw from the chief's report that crime continues to go down. And knock on wood, we're trying to figure why that is and trying to see if we could continue that trend. One of the reasons probably is because we're up to full staffing, which helps. We've had a lot of police stops. We've had a lot of speeding in the borough. One of the things that we have been able to do is to put out patrols and to catch cars going through red lights at certain locations. We believe that has a domino effect of putting residents or passerbys on notice that we're paying attention. Any other, what else did we? Because
Wait for civil service commission.
Because you're doing a good job, is that what it is, Chief?
And I say this all the time. I am blessed to have a great team downstairs. You have some of the best cops. I'm telling you.
We do.
You have some of the best cops downstairs, and they really care. They care about Yeadon. They're out working, and don't believe the hype in the past, or don't believe the hype. They're out there working. They're doing their job, and they are unbelievable. And I'm blessed to have a great team behind me, and a great support team with the mayor and council and the citizens. I appreciate it. It's really doing it.
The main problem I see right now is speeding on these roads, secondary roads, primary roads like Church Lane, McDade, Bailey. And as a matter of fact, I've been hit twice in 1 week. The house at our corner, not me directly, but that McDade and Church, which was hit again a couple months ago. A car was airborne and knocked down pillars on the porch. Kids were playing there just 20 minutes before, so it could have been a catastrophe. But that location's been hit so many times, and cars going through the houses, through living rooms. It's bad. That happened again. And then the church down the road at the chapel, somebody in the early hours just plowed into the railings in the side of the church, and then the house opposite. So we're opposite the church. So we're experiencing speeding, and we're trying our darndest to try to get a handle on it. But being up to full staffing does help. Anything else? Do you have any questions, police questions at this time, or public safety questions? Councilor Roadcloud?
I'm seeing an increase in these motorized bicycles with I guess their food delivery guys. There's been a few accidents involving a few of those individuals, but I'm seeing a lot on the road, especially at night. They don't have any lights on these bikes, but they do have, I guess, these little motors that help them to pedal along. I don't know, but what can we do about that?
We have been taking the mopeds. They don't have tags on. They have been being they have been being confiscated. We've taken several of them.
Okay, mopeds. What about the bikes that have
The bicycles can be pulled over and give a ticket. If you don't have proper, basically a bicycle is a motor vehicle. So if you don't have the proper, they will be pulled over and given cited. But you're right, they do congregate. If you want to see them congregate, go to the McDonald's down in Darby. There's about 16 guys sitting there waiting for that DoorDash or Uber Eats and we've had several language barriers, but we have confiscated several mopeds and several motorbikes that aren't in compliant.
Yeah, it's just a little scary, especially at nighttime, and you see like a bike come out of a driveway. So, it's just a little uncomfortable.
Yes.
Okay, any other public safety questions? And everyone's free to attend our public safety meeting, which is usually at 9:30 on the last Saturday of each month. And it's information's online. So that is open to, want you to be aware that's open to the public as well. All right, we'll hear from Mike Pizzullo. Anything to share with the residents? And does Mike do a good job or what? Does he? I ain't giving you the mic.
I have nothing to share. I would just like to open the floor to any questions or concerns that anybody has. Please raise your hand. There we go. How are you?
I'd like to know when the streets are going to be, the white lines are going to be painted. The last time we were at the Chatton too, I think you said that in a month or so. And when I mean the white lines, you know, at the end of each block, there's a white line so people don't park beyond that. And usually beyond the white line is either the fire hydrant or the stop sign. So it's supposed to keep people from parking on the actual corner of each street.
Gotcha. We were out in force in August and took care of 90% of our school crossings and intersections with stop bars and crosswalks. Now, if there's a specific intersection that we miss, please let me know. Give me an address. We may have missed some. That's fine. We do residential streets also, but our most concern was crosswalks near schools and anywhere there was a crossing guard placed for safety for the children. So there could have been some stuff we missed. They're all over town. If there's a specific, talk to me after this and give me an address. Okay? You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay. So I did.
Yeah, so we, everybody knows we went back to once a week trash collection after Labor Day. So we're back to our fall winter schedule. All right, with that being said, we're going to open it up to, going to first introduce Rafi Cave. Mr. Cave is no stranger to Yeadon. Grew up here, was a school board director, and was a borough councilor, and ran his own business. He's very qualified for the job of borough manager. We're going to introduce him to you now and have him greet you and espouse his vision for his new position.
Mayor, thank you very much. Council, Chief, residents, how y'all doing? You're very quiet tonight, though. I'm a little worried. You may know me. My name is Rafi Cave. Thank you, Mayor. I formerly served on the William Penn School Board. I was the finance chair there for 3 years, vice president there for 3 years. I was fortunate enough to serve on council as well. I served with a few of the current council, and it was learned a lot of lessons. I am a public education advocate. I had the blessing of starting a school funding lawsuit back in 2014, which successfully won in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. I have a beautiful daughter. She's 15. Love her to pieces. My family's here in Yeadon, and I live in Yeadon. I love this town. I have the blessing of working here now. I have the blessing of being able to kind of communicate the vision that I have. And it's not so much about the past, but I'm excited about the prospects of the future of this town. I'm excited to work with this current council. I believe in this current council. But most importantly, I believe in all of you. And I believe in what Yeadon has the potential to be. I don't believe that we've always unlocked that potential here at the borough. The borough has its challenges. It's not a perfect place just yet. It can be. You have a lot of ideas. One thing that I've learned over the past few weeks that I've been here is Yeadonites are very observant and very opinionated, which is fantastic. I am open to all dialogue, all opinions. If I miss your call, I call you right back, right? I've talked to almost all of you at some point. But I believe that the borough needs to also grow. I believe that we grow by protecting our tax base. I think we grow by ensuring that residents can maintain their houses. They can stay in their houses. These are huge assets to the residents. But the borough also needs to grow. We need to grow the tax base. We need to be able to plan. We need to be able to forecast and add more revenue into the borough, which offsets what we pay as homeowners and taxpayers. So, we have the challenges, but I think we are all up for the task. I really do. I get the honor to work with some fantastic folks every single day. I work with Mr. Womack, brand new co-director, who I'm excited to work with. And one thing before I introduce Mr. Womack, I'm brand new, but he's even brand newer. He's also a Penwood alumni, just like me. Very proud Penwood alumni. But we throw a lot on Mr. Womack's plate, and he stepped up to the task. And he has a lot of challenges that he has to face as well. And one thing that we love to do is be able to take in your opinions and see how we can continuously improve this borough. I'll go ahead and introduce Mr. Womack, but did anybody have any questions for me? Yet. I'm here all night. Mr. Womack, I think it's a mic down. You want that mic or?
Good evening. It's a little hard to follow up Rafi, but I'll do my best. My name is Kyle Womack, as he stated. I'm the new Director of Code Enforcement for Yeadon Borough. A little bit about me: I am a lifelong Yeadon resident, Wayne Penn School District product. Kindergarten through 12th grade. Soon to be homeowner in Yeadon. So, by the grace of God. So I have a very vested interest in this position. This position is a homecoming of sorts, and a few things that are in my vision is to kind of work in a collaborative effort with residents. I had the pleasure of speaking to many residents and gain a better understanding of some of the things that are needed. From a codes perspective, our primary goals are to not only ensure the beauty of this borough, but to also elevate that beauty through proper code enforcement, through proper, conversations and understanding. Me and Rafi have talked, countless, hours at this point about our vision for the future. Like I said before, I'm starting my family here, another generation. So my goal is also always, in the future, and I will, give a more detailed report at future meetings tomorrow and next week on how we've been doing, this month. But I would say I look forward to every challenge that comes my way, because there's always a new opportunity to grow. And I will open the floor to any questions. I'm sure, there can be some. How you doing, man?
I don't know whether this question is for you or for the police chief. My block has permit parking. And there's signs posted that parking is only for residents with permits. And maybe about 4 months ago, it seemed like we had somebody out there really checking to make sure the cars that were parked on our street had these stickers saying that, they were allowed to park. And it was even like a gentleman, he had on a uniform and everything. It wasn't a police uniform, but I don't know what kind of uniform. And he was doing his job, and all of a sudden it seems like he's not there anymore. I don't know what has changed, but we have cars parking on our street that do not have the permits. So I call the police department, and the lady that takes the call, she asks for the make of the car, the license plate, blah, blah, blah. She would pass it on. Nobody ever came out to check. And those cars just sit and sit and sit. And actually, what was even worse was it was on street cleaning day. So the cars that should not have been parked there were on the side for us residents that needed to park there because the other side was no parking that day. And nobody, I don't know whether it's the code person or a police officer, nobody ever came. And I know for sure 3 residents called because we kind of talk to each other. Did you call? Yeah, I called. That's the same thing they tell us. Give them the make of the car, the color, the license plate, and somebody will be out. So I'm just trying to find out what has happened with enforcing permit parking.
That would be my area.
Okay.
That's the police area, and I'll look in. Just let me know what street offline when you're done. Let me know what street, and I'll make sure. And the blue uniform is the parking enforcement. They should be out there during the week.
They were out there, all the time when they were supposed to. I noticed I see them more, and I haven't seen them lately, on street cleaning day to make sure that, you're not parked on the side of the street where you shouldn't be. But they're not out there enforcing the permit parking like they used to. I don't know what has changed.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at just after the meeting. Let me know what street is. I don't want you to front her.
And I know a lot of times when you're in meetings, it gets attention, but I'd like to see it be corrected ongoing, not just like a week or 2 after the meeting.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
Yep.
thank
Thank you.
Any other questions on anything? Yes, Councilor?
Commercial vehicles. Could you educate us a little on commercial vehicles, parking in the borough?
Okay. We did talk about that. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we are redoing the ordinance on that. That's going on now. We're going to be revising the ordinance, but commercial vehicles, they can't be parked at night in the borough. That's on the street. They can't be parked at night, and that's as simple. And just call and we'll come out and ticket them. Overnight, yes, overnight. Yeah, we have been. And you just got to call. Like for example, we talked about personnel issues. The one day we had 2 officers working, I'm sitting there, hey, make sure you get the commercial vehicles. Well, they're out with a DUI arrest. So, you have to weigh, sometimes it might not get done. If you have 2 officers working, there are situations, if you have an arrest with our new policy, an officer has to watch the prisoner the whole time, not a civilian, an officer. So now you have basically 1 officer on the street while one's watching it and they're answering calls. That's, unfortunately, with losing the 2 officers at different departments, we went from 4-person squads to 3-person squads. For example, you have 3 officers working, one's on a vacation day. Well, you have 2 now. So it definitely, especially on a weekend. So it might not get done immediately, but it'll be on the list to get done. So.
And I do know, personally, a car was ticketed for, they didn't have the valid credentials, and a tow sticker was put on it, and the owner came out, took the sticker off, and threw it in the street.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you guys did your job, but the owner, I guess they felt like they didn't have to abide by the rules.
And not,
And so
yeah.
we have a lot of that.
And not giving inside baseball, even if the sticker's on there and they can rip it off all they want, we have a ledger. So in 7 days we'll go around, and that's the other thing. If a car is abandoned, they have 7 days legally before we can remove it, unless it's a risk. Obviously, broken glass, where a child can get in, the trunk's open, that'll be taken immediately. So even if they remove the sticker, in 7 days we come around, they can take a sticker off, they can hide it, it's still abandoned, it's getting towed. The only caveat to that is, I know the situation you're talking about. When I went to check it, they did the right thing. Now they have proper inspection stickers, proper registration. So even if it's a car's on your block and it's abandoned, and we put a sticker on it, and they remedy by getting proper insurance, proper registration, proper inspection, then it's not abandoned anymore. And that brings me to my next point. I know a lot of the neighbors with the blocks, if somebody lives on, 3 blocks away and parks in front of your house, technically it's not a crime. I mean, we'll get calls like, I've never seen this car, we'll run it. They might live 4 blocks away and maybe they didn't have a spot, or, maybe they're hiding the car for some reason, or they don't want nobody to know what house they're going into, and that's not a crime either, so.
Now, how long can a car sit with proper credentials before red flags go up?
It can sit there for 48 hours legal before it's illegal. Like 48 hours. If it gets a ticket, then it's 48 hours, if that makes sense. It's kind of, so the car's parked there, let's say for street cleaning, with the street cleaning thing, I think what we have to understand too is it's not just street cleaning. So I'll go to the 48 hours, but the reason why they have that is if Public Works or PICO has to get in there, it's not just to clean the street. They know, hey, Tuesday, this side of Bailey has to move the cars. We can schedule work. So it's not just, because we'll get calls, the street cleaning's down, and the street sweeper's not working. That's not just for street cleaning. But with the 48 hours, you park there. So now you're illegally parked there. Another 48 hours, technically your car is abandoned because you violated the law. So 48 hours, that car is considered abandoned. Even with proper credentials, yes.
Okay, because there are a lot of vehicles that are actually just sitting on our streets, being parked on our streets. I'm assuming for sale. And I was told today that they had at least 2 weeks. The car had sitting for 2 weeks, and I didn't think that was right.
If it was a blue minivan, it has a sticker on it right now. Am I? Yeah. No, but we just put a sticker, an abandoned stickers on. Yeah, abandoned sticker. I know exactly what you're talking about. Abandoned stickers on there, and that's the other thing too. That believe it or not, it's probably a lot cheaper when you think about it. To come to, and I shouldn't be. Well, I'm gonna say it. Come to Yeadon, drop your car off, have your friend pick you up, take out your bags, go to the airport, and you pay $15 when you get a ticket, and you fly somewhere and you come back. We've seen that, and we're trying to stop that too. And it happens. I mean, people are like, no, it happens. We've seen it where people are pulling out luggage and they're getting a ride with their friend, and they're figuring instead of paying $15 a day at the airport, why don't you just have my buddy? And you can't do that either. So.
Okay. Any other questions before we move on to the raffle? Yes.
There's a report of concern tool on the website that when you report that concern, it gets filtered. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a report a concern tool on the website, and there's also an app if you ever want to, maybe not call 911 and you still want to report it. We do get those, and we do forward those right that morning to the responsible officials. Yes. It goes right to our inbox, and then every morning we kind of just forward it, forward whatever's in there from the previous night. Yep.
Okay, I'll give an opportunity for any of our elected officials if, yes. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question for you, Mayor Hopkins. I wanted to know if you had any communications with your counterpart in Upper Darby about the loud littering patrons of Carlet's Bar that urinate outside my house. Tired. It's been going on for years and years and years. I'm sending all these letters out. Only responses I get is from the police chief. I've been sending letters to you, Upper Darby Mayor, Upper Darby Superintendent, Police, about half a dozen people. Nobody's responding. I know that's Upper Darby, but I'm filing complaints, and I don't hear from anybody. And I want to know if you have any interactions with the mayor of Upper Darby.
I haven't, go ahead.
I approached you on Flag Day ceremony and asked you about it, and you changed the subject. And I just want some answers.
We've been addressing that for over a decade. We have notified the Liquor Control Board, we've notified the state, we've done all that we have, and in their investigations, they've come up with whatever. They've been cited. I know they've been cited sometimes, but they have a right to run the business there. So we've done what we can and have notified the proper authorities, and they've investigated it whenever there's been a complaint.
Have you had any communications with the mayor of Upper Darby?
I haven't spoken to the new mayor. I've spoken to the old mayor. He's the new mayor, was just elected, but I haven't spoken to him yet, no, on that. But they have a right, ma'am, to run. So all that we could do, I understand that, but all I could do, just like and I work with the police chief, okay? The police chief enforce to the extent that we can. The parking lots in half the parking lots in Yeadon, the establishments in Upper Darby. So we can only do what we can. I can't wave a magic wand and have everything stop. We could only, the things that you've reported have been reported to the state on numerous occasions. And I do work with the police chief, with the parking, and the whole litany of things that you've complained about.
It would be nice every once in a while if I heard from you, even if
I have responded, and we can only do what we could do. And you send me a letter every week. I can't respond to a letter just about every week. We've been complaining about this for a long time. I've done as much as I can. I can't do everything that you want me to do. I could only report it to the authorities, proper authorities, and it's up to them to have a proper response and follow-up. They're the ones that are, what shall I say? They're the ones that are responsible for those citations and that oversight.
I understand that, sir, but it would be nice once in a while to get a response from you or your office.
I'll send you again another response, but we've been working with the police chief.
Yes, I have heard from him a lot. He's been very helpful.
Well, that's the job of the police chief. So I can't, it's not my job to go to every house we work with the proper authorities. I work with the police chief. So the police chief does represent me and as the mayor, and we do communicate about it. So because you hear from the police chief and not necessarily from me, doesn't mean that I'm not responding. I respond through the police chief. And we'll continue to do that, ma'am, as you reported. And I will talk to the new mayor of Upper Darby, because the establishment is really in Upper Darby. Yeah. So I'll follow up on that. All right. Thanks for coming and expressing your concerns. Any other questions? Yes. Rafi, do you know the update on that?
Well, we're actually starting to migrate, excuse me, away from My Civic app, and we're going to be building up a new platform in 2025. So we've just been using the website for now, and small things like social media, but we're primarily using the website for right now. The My Civic app, it does still have some functionality, but we're not building it up like we were in the past. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey.
Can you do that platform, whatever it is, when you consider making it something you can sign up for?
Absolutely. Yes.
That's the problem with My Civic app is it requires using a smartphone and having yet another app on your phone.
That's a fantastic suggestion. And that the software that we've been looking at, yes, it has a subscription for newsletters and email blasts and hey, like we're closing down a street for this week for this and that. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good, and we'll get public feedback a little later in the year as well.
Okay, anything else before we move forward? Okay, then we'll call my wife up, Sister Joy, if you'll do us the honors of the raffle. Please take out your raffle. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, so we have 5 $10 Giant gift cards. We have a $15 Dunkin' Donut gift card, and we have a $25 Starbucks gift card today. Okay? All right?
All right, the first ticket, I will read out the last 3 numbers because instead of being redundant, 987. There you go. 987, congratulations. All right, next one. 985. 985. Going once? Nobody here with 985? Okay, we'll go to the next one. All right. 984. Yay. Congratulations. All right. All right. Man, we're going down. This is weird. 983. All right, I'm going to shake them up. Shake it, shake it, shake it. That would be weird if there's 982. All right, let's see here what we got. No way. Yes, yes, 982. And I shook it. This is weird. And I'm not even looking. I'm not even looking. Okay, next one. Let's see here. Okay.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm Yeadon strong.
Thank you.
We love our men and
Congratulations. All right, this one is different. 009.
Not Liz.
Oh, wow. There you go. Yes, it is, Liz. Congratulations. All right. Another shaky, shaky.
Oh, this is a 15 Dunkin' Donuts.
All right. So we're moving to 15. 997. Oh. She get, well, there you go. Yes,
Okay.
the reporter. That's kind of you. Very nice. And look, she won.
And the last one is the $25 stop.
Shake them up. All right, the last one. Oh, let's shake, shake, shake. I'm going to let you take this one. It's the last one. Almost. 001. 001. You have your ticket? There you go. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you all for coming.
That's it, right?
That's it.
All right. So thank you for coming out. We have a lot of food in the back, a lot of fruit, and I don't see Roy Hunter. He has some vegetables. You want to? Can somebody make or announcements on the you could have any vegetables you want. Yeah. All right. This from Homegrown Garden. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for coming out. All right.